not going to see the Rel. It'll be the Nautilus instead, which I think is great, giving you a lot of extra lockdown onto an aggressive Pantheon. But yeah, this composition for T1 I feel like is stable in the sense of you get a slight early lead, and you can, control the Drake fights with Poke coming out from Zoe. You have the hard engage for the Pantheon support. Also, like, really nice chase power. You've got flanks. And you really have to remember that, too, when you're a fan watching this. Like, these players are fighting for more than just a reverse sweep here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a point for everybody to keep in mind,
Well, you're fighting for your spot. You're Teddy. You're like, this Gamusha going to take my spot? I just don't feel like it can't be overstated.
It's an important point, but we got some points to make up in the top lane. Say Dread, a very fast rotation, and Kana just too far pushed down the lane, just going to get burned down and taken for first blood. Dread doesn't even clear out his whole jungle. Like, you don't expect Graves to be there at that timing, but I would imagine that Keen just calls him up. He says this is the perfect time to gank, and they make it happen as more trading in the bottom side as well. We got the Ignite coming down. Bang will have to use his heal to get away from that one, so T1 do strike back.
Minus the bot lane, right? The bot lane is where there's a little bit of a problem.
Yeah, we'll see how much that affects it. We're going to have the collapse here from Afrika. Dread and Lehens, or rather T1, Dread and Lehens way too deep in the enemy jungle. As flashing over the wall here is Lehens, who nearly gets hit by that Void Seeker. Just barely going to dodge to the right as the Pantheon's just able to dive over. And speaking of Pantheon, we're trying to get on top of Fly. That's a really nice scat of the week, but here comes the burst, and the pain is too much for Fly to handle. No flash available. It's either going to be Infernal or Mountain Soul, so that's going to feel pretty nice. Nice engage onto Keria, though, but he is Pantheon at the end of the day, so he's able to just dodge a lot of that damage. Here comes the follow-up, though. Teddy is going to have to try to ult away, but Dread just has too much damage. Kana into that backline now. Trying to get onto someone. We see the burst onto Bang, but he's not the majority of their damage right now. Here comes Fly, and he's got a lot to come in here. He did use that ultimate already, but low health bars on the side of T1. You can see Fly desperately trying to take out the Olaf, but he just sticks alive for way too long, and Cuz is able to trade that one out so perfectly, and they will finally ace the side of Afrika with a great team fight here.
This is a composition that does so well in the longer fight. A skirmish like this is going to go T1's way. Front line of that fight. Afrika Freak's really on the back foot now, and it is the Infernal Soul. You mentioned it was going to be great no matter what. The Infernal is going to be so much extra damage, so Afrika Freaks really need to, hold that thought. Kana is trying to join Afrika
Kana's
Freaks.
kind of in no man's land here. Not sure what he's doing all the way in the enemy jungle. As there's a follow-up from Keen, should be a pretty easy cleanup kill, as that will kind of
control. Kana's going to have teleport, so even though he's backing right now, he will be able to rejoin. His Dread is being very aggressive.
Yeah, and he has the ability to do this. Closer is just going to get dominated 1v1. Even had Keen coming over. Afrika say, the hell with the Infernal Drake, the hell with the bottom side of the map. We're just going to push top lane and kill solo laners.
Yeah, it's not an amazing trade, but if you're just going to simply give the Drake up, then what you're going to have to do is Keria's coming in.
All right, trying to jump onto Dread here. They might have the damage this time around, and it will be enough. You can see that Keen with this tanky build trying to trade it back, but unfortunately not going to be able to. Takes a while to kill him, and actually the Shuriken misses, so...
Spear misses, Void Seeker misses, Keen's like, alright.
He's like, maybe I can kill Keria here.
He might be able to if Kana messes this up. He's going for it.
He flashed, he's going for this one. It's not going to work out, though, I'd imagine. Nope. Okay, finally.
Pick on a closer, but otherwise... he's looking for closer here, but if he just walks away...
Yeah, he's just hunting closer. That's basically what he's doing. Kana has a great flank on the back line. You see that Graves immediately is going to go down. And that's a good trade at this point in time. Kana able to kill the Graves. And it will be a 1-for-2 for now. You can see T1 are looking for more. The Infernal Soul, and already the Zoe and all the carries on the side of T1 are way too far ahead. So you can see they're looking for the pick here. They're trying to get on top of Keria. The cask is going to be good, and they do take him out. This is a great team fight as Kana is not here yet. They're going to try to get on top of Closer. Closer doing insane amounts of damage, but he does have to back away eventually. Looking for it now as well. Kana tries to get in there, but it will not be successful. And just like that, Afrika are back in the game.
And that was it. That's the hyper-aggressive engage that you need if you're Afrika.
Got more kills again. Now he's 3-1-3 all of a sudden. And you see, now he's even getting aggressive. Keria has to flash away. And that is not where you want your Pantheon to be. And now they've caught Closer in the mid lane. They just blow him up. And that is 2 kills now. As the Olaf isn't able to do anything alone, they're just going to look to dive this one. The Cask helping out with the damage. A triple kill now for Bang, who is 6-1. And you could feel Teddy's frustration. He's like, maybe I should just do it and go in there 1v5. But not going to be the case. Afrika, they have taken back this game.
Yeah, that's a Baron. Yeah, that's going to be a lead for Afrika. They've actually caught up in this game. Kana's going to look to try to slow this down, but to see the Keen teleport in. Going to take a miracle fight here for Kaisa and Akali to turn this one around. And Afrika just are not even scared. They're not even worried. And this is just another aggressive
turning point here in this game, as Afrika are just going to go for the Infernal Drake. You can see here comes the damage from the Zoe. The Drake is going to go the way of Afrika. They're going to find Keria again. And no support on the side of T1. Everybody's zoned to the top side. This is not the team fight you were looking for, and they find the Zoe and just blow her up immediately. Did she even exist in this fight? No. That's the question, as she immediately goes down. 4 kills the way of Afrika, and Teddy was not able to do anything. Maybe he'll take out Lahens here. But Afrika don't care. They're pushing to win.
Yeah. I mean, Afrika is going to push this inhibitor down at very least. 2 minutes until the Baron comes up. The respawn timer is here, 20 seconds away. T1 will have an opportunity to defend. This is not going to be game necessarily right away with the 2 dead on the side of Afrika Freaks. They have respawn advantage, but they can group up for a potential Baron fight. And this was just, again, Keria is caught. You can't win that fight anymore for T1. Here's the engage.
Okay. Some poke onto that front line. Cuz immediately down to about half health, and T1 are just running away. They do not want to engage. They're like, no, we can't fight this. And Dread wasn't even there. That was a 4v5 that Afrika just walked up to T1 and snatched out of their hand like candy from a baby. You know, T1, it seems like finally they were posturing correctly, but it's too little too late. And at least the sleep is good from Closer, but Keen, it just looks like he's playing with his food now.
Team fights, just positionally, give Afrika Freaks the opportunity to fight their way back in this game. This is going to be the Baron fight to close it out.
Yeah, and this will certainly close it out one way or the other, you'd imagine. Triple Infernal Drake now for Afrika. Keen in the front line take
that
is the case.
And that Afrika are just going to try to get every inhibitor here. I mean, they have such a nice setup to engage on. Anyone steps over the line, and looks like...
Here we go again.
Yep.
Because it's not a front line, he just immediately dies. And Dread now is front lining. He's going to die probably here. Has a GA, though, so he's just fine. As Closer will get picked. It's looking like this is going to be a 2-0 in favor of Afrika, as Bang will finally clean up, picks up the quadra kill, and they will make this look easy. 36 minutes into the game, Afrika will do it again and take the 2-0 over T1 tonight.
Talked about Flame Horizon. It's Dread who gets one across the jungle at 303 CS to the 198. A fantastic performance here from this Graves player as Afrika Freaks take this series back with some really hard engages. Disaster for the T1 squad. They find themselves now 2-4 this season in the spring split. And this is a team that came into this week with 2 easy matchups. Live Sandbox and Afrika Freaks. We kept saying strength of